And here you will see that the guy, he said to him, hello.
Hello, peace, peace, peace.
Hey,
Christian.
Kalam, how are you? What happened, man? Which article you are reading for me saying that those hadith are not correct and they are not sahih? Where do you get this from?
Now, this is actually one of my original research. I've heard this topic be mentioned. I've seen loads of great Christian apologetics, go ham and hard at this. And I said, okay, let me actually do my research because I'm a person. I'm not, Muslim. I'm not Christian.
I
I'm
know,
not
I know.
like
But
that.
let us go. Let us cut the cake. Where you got your reference that those hadith are not sahih?
Okay, so I utilized the science of hadith. So if
my
you are,
friend, don't give me the direct answer. Who is the scholar who said that those hadith are not sahih?
Okay, so I myself done the research myself.
No, you see, you yourself, you are a scholar. I'm asking you, my friend, who is the scholar who said that those hadith are not sahih?
Okay, let me finish. Okay, so I myself done the research, and my conclusion, my own personal research.
My friend, you are not answering. I don't care for your conclusion. With my respect to you, I want the scholar, the Muslim scholar, who said that those hadith are not sahih.
Okay, so the first person that actually makes mention of this is Imam Malik. Imam Malik says that
show me the hadith. It says that Imam Malik said that Aisha was not 6 years old.
He does not make mention of that. He says that the narrations coming from Hisham ibn Urwa.
My friend, who care about Hisham ibn Urwa? We have many narration. The narration is not coming from Hisham ibn Urwa anyway. The narration is coming from Aisha. Who said, what is Hisham ibn Urwa in the hadith?
Okay, so I'm sharing my screen. I'm actually on my channel right now as well, live streaming. So if I can just, share it with my audience. I don't know if you're able to, no, you won't be able to see my screen.
No problem, my friend. This hadith is mentioned by many people.
It's not.
You don't like, no, it does. No, it does. And as you see, the Muslim scholars agree. Huh?
Okay, with all respect, Chris Prince, let me just finish speaking, right?
All right.
So we have, the hadith, there is 19 different places in the Sahih Sitta, in the 6 great books of hadith collections, right? Out of the 19, 14 of them trace back to Hisham ibn Urwa, 2 of them traces back to Al-Amish, 2 of them trace back to Abu Ubaidah, and 1 of them traces back to Abu Salama ibn Abdul Rahman. Okay. So in seeing that, right, I've done my research on this, utilizing the science of hadith, and we've come to the conclusion that the 5 categories of what makes a hadith sahih, all right, which is, let me quickly tell you what the 5 categories are. It is to do with whether the narrations or the narrators, should I say, are reliable.
Okay, let us cut this. Listen, do you see the screen? Do you see my screen?
I don't at present. Give me a second. Let me go onto your channel and have a look. Christian Prince. Here we go.
Okay. Does it say sahih?
Give me 1 second. It's just an ad that's playing right now. Give me 1 second. Okay, skip ad, and here we go. It says sahih.
Okay. So now what we will do?
What would I do?
No, what we will do if it says sahih. I mean, you see, you look like you do not know what Islam is about. When the Muslim, they say that there's narration of a person is not sahih, does not mean that hadith itself is not sahih. As an example, the one who recited the Quran himself, he was accused to be a fraud, corrupt, a thief, and a liar, and the same as his father. The Quran you read today is Quran of Hafs. I can show you right now. Actually, I did it in your program. Do you remember?
Of course, of
course. So Hafs himself is rejected in the hadith, accepted in the Quran, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so why they accept the Quran?
That's a good question.
Okay, so no. You see, the good question is here is no, we cannot take somebody says because Malik he said this guy, the Muslim scholars, they have to agree that this hadith is rejected or accepted, and they agree that it is accepted. All Islamic fatwa, you can go and search right now, not even an Islamic center who have scholars agree that those hadith are not sahih. So my friend, don't let them fool you and say to you, oh, this guy, there is somebody said that he's a liar. All of them, they are liars. Who said that Al-Bukhari is not a liar? Who said that Muhammad is not a liar? Who said that Aisha is not a liar? All of them, they are liars. So my friend, when the Muslims they say that they are lying at each other and lying about their prophet, that's not my problem. That is their problem. Same time, here we go. We have the liar saying that this is a Sahih hadith. What we will do with it?
Indeed. So let me, if I have the possibility to actually speak, I don't disagree with you in terms of it's been labeled as Sahih, right? But the problem is that a lot of people are under the false conceptualization that everything inside of Sahih Bukhari or Sahih Muslim is actually Sahih, and that's usually just the laymen. They actually have that opinion, but the actual scholars, and I'm reading from a book now called the let me just quickly get it. So it's called the Textbook of Hadith Studies on page 38. It says in there, thus it is noted that of the total of 430 or so of al-Bukhari's transmitters, only about 80 have been questioned or labeled as weak. Whereas of the total of 620 narrators of Muslim, the critiques have raised questions over 100.
Okay, my friend, let us get it short. Let's get it short. Hold on. Show me the scholar who say that this hadith specifically in Sahih al-Bukhari is not accepted.
Okay, so if I could just finish, it says here about 89 of al-Bukhari's hadith have been identified to have some defect, whereas in Muslim collections, such hadith have been numbered at 100. Okay, so over here we can see that we have at least 89.
First of all, who is the one who numbered those 100? Who are they?
Okay, so if we go inside of the book, there is the footnote which alerts us to exactly who these scholars actually are, who says these things. I'm just going to put it out there to get
what book you are reading from?
This is from a textbook of hadith studies.
My friend, this is not a scholar book. This is a book about the hadith. Somebody coming in with his opinion saying, I say this. This is Sahih al-Bukhari. I can play for you right now. I can show you tons of thousands of videos speaking about how accurate Sahih al-Bukhari. Sahih al-Bukhari is the second book after the Quran. So anyone want to say it is not true, he have a problem to show us where he got this from. It's not you see,
not every narration in Sahih Bukhari
my friend. First of all, Sahih al-Bukhari is one of 6 narration of 6 authentic hadith according to the Muslim Sunni. Secondly, in your video, you said that the one who says in the Quran, marrying from young is Ibn Abbas, right? Who said that that's Ibn Abbas? All the scholars agree about this.
Okay, can we just stick to one point? And
yeah, we are, because we have to connect. You see, Quran, we give you Quran. Are you going to say the Quran is weak too?
Okay, so
what about the hadith? What about the hadith we just read that the guy, his name is Jabir, and Muhammad is asking him to go and marry a child?
I'm with you, Christian Prince, but if we could just stick to one topic and move on from there, at least we can conclude without actually conflating issues. So, as we were speaking about earlier on, right? So we have in there, out of the 19 different hadiths, 5 of them are coming from Hisham ibn Urwa, and we can open up right now onto Islam Web, and we can see what the actual scholars had to say. We can go and check it out to see what Matthew and Anaz had to say. What Yaqub ibn Shayba
my friend,
had
I just showed. I don't know how long you are with me. I just showed you what the Muslims' refutation to the lies for those who say she was 18 and she was not 16. It is the Muslims who refuting the Muslims, my friend.
Okay, that's a separate argument. I haven't put forward an argument to say what age Aisha was. I'm simply putting forward the argument that the hadith is not reliable. It's a weak hadith that should not.
Who said it's weak? Who is the one who said it's weak? My friend, my friend. When the Muslim scholars, they say that this is a Sahih hadith, and then you get somebody else saying to you this is a weak hadith. Who is the stupid here?
Okay, so because somebody has gathered up a hadith, right, and said that they themselves have entitled their book, well, actually, they haven't even entitled their book as such, but let's just pretend that they've entitled their book Sahih. It doesn't mean that when somebody else comes along now and actually critiques their work, that everything in there is actually Sahih. It's kind of being very pomp to think to yourself that I am correct and everybody else must be wrong. Every human being is fallible. So therefore,
this is not what the Muslims believe, my friend. This is not what the Muslims believe. This is not what the Muslims believe. Because if the Muslims believe in this, first of all, then they will not accept a book. It's called Sahih al-Bukhari or Sahih Muslim. Because who is Sahih al-Bukhari? To be able to be having a book, it's called Sahih. How a person can remember thousands of hadith unless he is a liar? This is impossible. Nobody can remember by word, by name, by details. It's impossible. And you should agree with me, right? Like if I tell you the names of a bunch of friends, and we sit together, and then you go and you remember the story, and you remember the names, and you remember every word I say, And we are talking about thousands and thousands of stories. That is impossible. There's no brain can handle it.
Okay, so
right?
I just want to quickly just let you know as well, right? Because I know everybody's underneath the false conceptualization that this book, Sahih Bukhari, is Sahih, right? And to my knowledge, it wasn't actually even called Sahih Bukhari itself. It's other people that have given it the title Sahih, right? Originally, it was something called the Jamia, the collection of hadiths.
Okay, why they give it? Why they give it this title? Those people,
because they themselves believe that it was the most authentic book after the Quran, right?
Okay.
So they believe that it was the most authentic. Now, of course, human beings.
Let me ask you, Kalam. The website I just showed, those scholars in islamfatwa.com, etc., why they are saying that those are absolutely sahih hadith? Do you think that you have more knowledge than them about who is sahih narration or he's not?
I would say evidently.
Do you think they are better than you, or you are better than them?
I would say evidently. I prove based upon my research and my evidence that my conclusion proves to be true. So therefore, my results.
So you are the one who don't speak Arabic. You know more than the scholars who speak Arabic, and they are Muslims.
When it comes to this point itself, if I've done a research on this,
what research? You did not do any research. What is research? Because my friend, you know, in order to refuse somebody hadith, you have to refuse all his hadith. So now, if we search for this name, is all his hadith is rejected, or only this is the hadith they don't want like it?
No, it's the hadiths. Okay, according to Malik, yeah, which I should bring up I should really just bring this up real quickly, right? According to Malik, he says that you know, after he moved, you know, Hisham ibn Urwa moved to Iraq when he was around 71. We do not accept any of his hadiths. Okay, everything from that point on is weak. He was an old man.
Hold on, guys. This guy, after he moved to Iraq, he became a liar. Before he go to Iraq, he was honest.
Yes, and that's why nobody.
And how you know that this hadith is written after he moved to Iraq?
Because none of the Medinian scholars,
none
of the Medinian
don't
scholars.
Tell me none of no. Tell me how they knew. If nobody even knows when Muhammad exist, there's no date, there's no years. Even the Muslims don't agree about the date of his birth as a year. How they knew? How they knew that when this guy he went to Iraq?
I don't have any like disagreements with you on that, but I just want to keep to the topic. Right?
So you see, wait. You see, you said something very important. We have to focus with it a little bit. Okay. So now, if we have a person is not approved, either he is a liar or he is not. He cannot be honest when he was here, and he is dishonest when he went there. That is not logical, and nobody will believe in this garbage. Okay. Imagine I say Kalam is an honest person when he was in New York, but became a liar when he went to California. Who is going to believe in this?
Okay, so I don't think, if I get 1 minute just to speak, okay, just 1 minute, that's all I'm asking you for. Okay? I don't think anybody calls him a liar. Nobody says he's kadhab in any of the
what he is.
All they simply say, okay, let me just quickly read out what the scholars say. It's in Arabic and English. It says here, Yaqub ibn Shayba says, he, Hisham, is highly reliable. Okay, highly reliable. His narratives is acceptable, except what he narrated after moving to Iraq. Malik ibn Anas now says near enough the same thing. Okay, he now says, you know, he basically says the same thing, that he does different recitations. He narrates Ursal or Mursal hadiths basically on behalf of his father. Then you have Suhail ibn Abi Saleh, so that he's mingled and changed things up, and his memory, you know, decreased or went downhill in his old age. Then you have other people as well, you know, such as, who do we have here? We have the people of Iraq. Mama all say that, you know, he started to be confused when he started narrating in Iraq. So it's after a certain period of time, he started narrating certain things which the earlier scholars or the people of Quraysh themselves never had any knowledge about. And that's why they say they rejected everything from him at the point of Iraq, because he was an old man that possibly went senile or possibly lost his memory and started confusing things. Therefore, you never see in the Muwatta of Ibn Malik, that's the only of the 7 books, right, that you don't see Aisha being 9 years of age. If you go into the fiqh of Abu Hanifa, they tell you that a child becomes an adult at the age of 18 years of age. This is according to Abu Hanifa.
Let me ask you, have you ever heard of an imam? His name is Al-Hafiz?
Sorry?
Al-Hafiz, Al-Imam Al-Hafiz.
No, I haven't.
Okay. He confirmed that she was 6 years old, and even he confirmed that at the time of Khaybar she was at the age 7. What about
I think it's 14 at Khaybar, they say,
no,
according to Ibn Hajar.
Hold on. No, actually, they are saying to you that Khaybar was 7. Now they say that Aisha, she was at the attack of Khaybar, she was at the age of 14, and at that time she don't even have her period.
Yes, and she was playing with dolls.
All right, and she was playing with dolls. Okay, hold on.
Yes.
So now, as long they are confirming that at that time she was still 14, then we can just count how many years from Khaybar backward, and we will find the age of Aisha.
Definitely. I
so here we go. Okay, here you go. If I read Al-Khattabi, let me show you on the screen. Here we go. قال الحافظ قال الخطابي, and this is not the one you don't like, the one they say he's a liar. Okay, it was allowed for Aisha to play, for she is not mature. I said to confirm this about its possibility, because Aisha, she was by the time of Khaybar, the attack of Khaybar, not Khaybar, the attack of Khaybar, at the age of 14 years old, and maybe she complete 14 or she passed or even close. So he's not sure if 14 past 14, 13 going on 14 is something like that. And he say, but in the attack of Tabuk, she was for sure mature. Okay, and this is he continue this قطعا فيترجح رواية من قال في خيبر. So it's more reliable to say that it is about her age when she was in Khaybar. كانت سنة 7. Okay, so he's saying Khaybar was in the year of 7. Okay, so now if we go and we calculate the years, what that will make Aisha?
Yeah. So again, Christian Prince, unfortunately, you know, I'm taking an academic approach. Looking
my friend, we are quoting for you reference from scholars. You know,
I'm not going to scholars,
no.
Right?
The problem is you are quoting what Muslims they claim about a guy, and they themselves they say that this guy is very trustworthy when they want. When they want, they say he is not trustworthy, because everybody will laugh if you say Christian Prince, he is honest when he is in the kitchen, but he is not honest after he moved to the living room. There's nobody will accept such a garbage, my friend. This is not academic. This is an opinion of a guy. Maybe he is jealous from this guy. Maybe they don't like him. Maybe he's from different sect. Maybe they are trying to put him down, because this is exist always in the Islamic history. As an example, there's many writers they speak against Al-Bukhari. Even some of them they accuse him that he is not even a Muslim. Even some they say he never exists. Even some they say how he can remember and he can memorize even when he was blind. So there's tons of his stories. Everybody come with his story. Now if we read together, my friend, the book.
Okay, can I just get 2 minutes?
Yeah.
I just want 2 minutes. Okay, so 2 minutes. So you know, first of all, I just want to make this clear, right? In terms of tafsirs, in terms of commentaries from scholars and so forth, right? I'm not going to deny that they believe that Aisha was 9 years of age when the consummation took place. I'm not even going to deny that most Muslims, you know, no matter how perverse this idea is, right, actually believe and acknowledge that Aisha was 9 years of age when Muhammad consummated the marriage. They even go as far as to say that they believe that Aisha was 6 years old when the Prophet was having some type of sexual or dream with her about the angel and so forth. I'm not going to deny all those things. I'm going to say, yes, this is what it says, and this is what their commentary says about this, okay? Push that aside for a hot minute, right? Because that's what Muslims say. That's a Muslim argument. I'm not having it, okay? The argumentation I'm having is an academic one. I'm going from a chronological perspective, okay? Is it as though what actually happened during the lifetime of the Prophet, what happened during the you know, the following years of the Prophet with the Sahabas, what happened with the Tabayin,
what does this have to do with the topic we are talking about?
what happened with the faqih, the jurisprudence scholars and so forth, right? How did things actually evolve with the idea that Aisha
my
was
friend, you
like
are quoting
this?
for me, you are talking too much, but you are not saying to me what this have to do with this. This hadith
Okay.
is approved by Muslims.
So, okay,
And
so I'm not
all
talking.
the Muslims,
I'm
if we go right now, me and you, to the official
okay,
government website of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, do you think it's for their
yeah,
benefit to say
I
Muhammad, he
hear
did marry
this
at
is
the
what
age of 6,
Muslims
but he's
believe.
not? Do you think they are not academic, but you are the guy who do not know how to read Arabic or to write Arabic? You know what academic means. Do
Okay,
you think that the one who give PhD in Islam and teach in Islamic university in the city of Mecca and Al Medina, they are not academic, but you are the one who do not know 2 words in Arabic, you are academic?
yeah, because I've spoken to a lot of
Okay,
Muslims,
we
a
have
lot of
nothing to talk
intelligent
about, guys.
Muslims,
This guy, he
a lot
think
of Muslims.
there is no more to talk. Thank you. This guy, he think that he is academic and the scholars of Islam, they are donkeys. Thank you very much. There's nothing to argue about. The hadith in front of me had nothing to do with the name even you mentioned. Is it academic or not? When we show you what the Muslim believe from the official government website of the Kingdom of Jordan or the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and you know and I know and everybody knows that nobody dare to fabricate something because it can cause you death. They will kill you. When we see tons of hadith repeating the same story, it have nothing to do with the name you mentioned to me. You are stuck with that name. But there's many stories from other names. What they will do with them. When you see an article written by Muslim scholars, not Muslim Abdul who made, and then he says to me, this is my own conclusion. Who are you? Academic study. What academic study? How you can get the time when this guy he went to Iraq, and how this guy can be a liar in Iraq but he's a truthful in Mecca or Al Medina? Who can believe in such a garbage? That is a joke. So if you want to talk in academic, you don't tell me this is my conclusion. So now we have the conclusion of the academic of Mr. Kalam versus the scholars of Islam. When I asked him, name for me one person, he said that this hadith is not accepted. He did not give me anyone. He just said to me, there's some, they say that this guy, after he moved to Mecca or so moved to Iraq, he became not honest. That is funny. Anyway, thank you, Kalam. You know, sorry I hang up on you because I don't want to waste my time. Because you keep saying to me, this is my conclusion, keep your conclusion. Even Muslims don't agree with you, and Muslims they have articles written by the scholars. It says refuting the lies that Aisha, she was 18 when she married the Prophet, confirming that she was 6 years old. And I post the links, everybody can go and check them out. Actually, there's many of them, they are in English. If you want to come with your own conclusion, you see, when I debate Muslims, I don't come with my conclusion. I show them reference, I show them proofs, and my conclusion is something for me. I can add it later for those who want to listen to me for what I say. But if I want to prove something to a Muslim, I don't say my conclusion is. It is what the Muslims believe. And when we say what the Muslims believe, is not a guy who's making an article today. You see, for 1400 years, not even a single Muslim he dared to say that this hadith or those stories are not true. But today, because it's bringing shame and it's a disaster, so they start fabricating stories. And even all of us, we knew that the Muslims, they love to defend their prophet. Like this website we are reading from, where it's confirming that Aisha, she was 6 for sure. They are not people who hate Muhammad. They will kill you for the sake of Muhammad. But yet they are confirming that this is a true story. Nobody says, none of those scholars says, oh, we are not going to take this guy Arwa, or we will not take Az-Zahabi, or we will not take this guy and this guy. They never mention that, for they approve his hadith. Actually, Ibn Kathir, I saw in the Kalam video, he said he mentioned Ibn Kathir. I did not watch it all. I was scrolling around. He said we will go to Ibn Kathir. Even Ibn Kathir. Ibn Kathir, he says, تزوجها وهي ابنة 6 سنين وبنى بها وهي ابنة 9. And he said, and this is confirmed by the Sahih. Why Ibn Kathir did not notice that this is a weak hadith? And not only that, he said, which is not, nobody disagree about it. So we will get a guy who live in England or in America, and then he will Kalam. I will give you time, just to close this topic. So what we will do now, Kalam, do you think you are the right one? Are you sure you are the right one and the scholars of Islam are the stupid ones?
I would say that my sources speak for themselves.
Well, you have no sources, my friend. You could not find me one hadith, one person saying that this hadith is fabricated.
Okay, I'm saying that the person himself, right, who
narrates, my friend, no, don't tell me that. Show me one scholar say that this hadith is fabricated. Can you?
If I show you Ibn Kathir says that this hadith is mursal, which therefore makes it weak.
My friend, I have Ibn Kathir in the front of me.
Okay, so if he says that, would you accept it?
Okay, show me what Ibn Kathir he said. Let us read together.
Give me a second. I will have to just find it first, and then I'll come back. Just give me a minute.
Okay.
All right.
Do you see the page in front of me?
No, I can't because I'm just doing this.
Okay.
Okay, so this is on Sirah al-Nabawiyah. Okay, actually, let me pull this up on my channel via my thing. Actually, no, let me just quickly show it. Okay, so it says here, what Urra is stated here is mursal, incomplete, as we mentioned above, but in its content, it must be judged as mutasil, uninterrupted. This is because Urwa, the narrator, is transmitting a conversation to which he was not a party to, as is clear from the text. Also, he was too young to have witnessed this meeting, and this is in reference to the meeting of Aisha and their marriage and so forth. Okay, this is what Ibn Kathir says in his.
My friend Ibn Kathir in the book of Al Bidayah wa Nihaya, verse number 3, page number 161. It says the opposite.
Okay, well then he could be contradicting himself. I'm gonna for my audience.
I did not confirm what you are saying there. You see, because Ibn Kathir he report an opinion of others, but this is his opinion. You see, when Ibn Kathir he report for you something, so Ibn Kathir sometimes he say, and some they say etc etc. So he's reporting opinion of others. But here you will see, and this is not my statement. I'm not the one. I'm showing the screen. I'm not the one even who wrote this article. This is the website. Here we go. Let me go up. الإسلام سؤال وجواب. المشرف العام الشيخ محمد صالح المنجد. This is a big sheikh in Saudi Arabia. Is very well known. All right. And this is Islam Ka fatwa .info.com. .info. All right. You see the website. All right. So he is the one who's quoting. I'm not the one who's quoting. So I'm just showing you what they say. So my friend, you are just confusing yourself about something is not exist. And those scholars, there is no way they will spend their time, and no, they will not even dare to mention what they are mentioning if it is not accepted, because they will be humiliated. And look here what he says. ومن المعلوم أن الإجماع معصوم عن الخطأ. Let me teach you something about Islam. The Muslim, they go by ijma'. What ijma' mean? So if the majority agree with it, it's mean it is معصوم. What معصوم mean? It's mean it's absolutely correct. فإن الأمة لا تجتمع على الضلالة. Because Muhammad he said that the nation will not agree in something wrong if the nation agree on it. All right, which means the majority. and reported by at-Tirmidhi. And then he says, even in the Quran it says, Inna Allah la yajma'u ummati ala dalala. So even the Quran says that the Prophet says that Allah will never let my nation agree in something wrong. وصححه الألباني وصحيح الجامع. So this guy is confirming to you there is no way that all of us, the majority, agree with this, because that will be a total contradiction with the teaching of the Prophet, where he says that Allah will not allow a deception to fail in my nation if the majority agree on something. So here he continues saying, كاتب المقال المذكور أوقعه جهله وتعصبه لقوله الباطل في كثير من الكذب والتدليس. Let me translate for you. The one who wrote this article, the same as your article, he is, I'm not saying you are what he's saying. He's talking about the guy who made this article. He is an ignorant, and he is like, let us say, fanatic, saying false and fabricating a lot of lies and deceiving, and that he is doing that to be victorious by his fabrication or false fiction. And then look what he says. فمن ذلك مثلا ما ذكره عن ابن كثير في البداية والنهاية. Look, he's just showing to you that some people, they fabricate even about Ibn Kathir. He says that he mentioned a lie about Ibn Kathir. It's mentioned in the book of Al-Bidayah and Nihaya about women who before they became Muslims, and he mentioned Asma, the daughter of Abu Bakr, and Aisha وهي صغيرة فكان إسلام هؤلاء في 3 سنين. So they are saying that the fabricated stories from Ibn Kathir is not even there. And he said, and we could not find this in the book of Al-Bidayah and Nihaya, in the book of Ibn Kathir. We could not find it. So Muslims, they always do that.
Okay, so if I can get a chance to speak,
and look,
right now,
look, hold on. Do you remember we said, me and you, that the hadith about when Aisha, she was at the age of 14, that she did not reach yet the age of menstruation?
Yep, I'm with you.
All right. Here he says, and it's confirmed by the majority, that Aisha was born 4 years after the Prophet became a prophet. Is that good?
Okay, yeah, perfect.
Okay, that's wonderful. So now, what you need to do, go and calculate the years between Aisha birth date, and this is not from this guy Umar. Forget about this Urwa, sorry. Forget about this Urwa. Urwa is a liar. He is a shish kebab. All right, go ahead and calculate what the age of Aisha, when she, you know what like Muhammad, he was a prophet for 4 years already when Aisha is born, and then we go and see what happened in Khaybar, what year it was Khaybar, and then we can find the difference between them. And then he says, and all the reference agree with no exception, all of them they agree, that Aisha, she was 10 years older than Aisha. He's quoting the person, and he says, but that's not true. He said, the Imam al-Zahabi, he mentioned في سيرة الأعلام أعلام النبلاء, volume number 3, page number 522, that Asma كانت أسن من عائشة ببضع 10 سنة. انتهى. Okay, والبضع في العدد ما بين 3 والعشر. And he's saying what the word bada mean. Bada, it's mean between 3 to 9 to 10. So anyway, this guy, if you want, I'm going to post for you this link in the chat. Go study it, search it, and see why those Muslim scholars, they are saying and confirming that Aisha age was like this. And then you need to check yourself and see. I mean, obviously,
I can tell you that the only reason why they're saying that is because they've accepted the hadiths from Hisham ibn Urwa.
My friend. No. You see, you are stuck with it. This is your problem. You see, we are quoting things have nothing to do with the Urwa. We are talking about when Aisha is born, when Khaybar happened. Those are not from Urwa.
All right, can I just speak, right? The reason, the way that they're able to do these calculations is based upon the hadith of Hisham ibn Urwa. If there was no hadith saying that she was 9 years old, can you show me how these scholars would have made that calculation? It's impossible.
My friend, there's no connection between them, because each one of them, he report what a different incident. And as an example, they are not talking about when he married her. They are talking about that she was at that age when she still yet don't have her period. And they mention an incident which is a war with Khaybar. That's it. They are not mentioning Urwa. They have nothing to do with Urwa. What are you talking about?
Okay, but the reason why they're saying that she hasn't had their period is based upon the hadith that's coming from Hisham.
My friend, no, this is have nothing to do with that. This is the different report that Aisha, there was a question why Aisha she was allowed to play with her dolls.
Okay, and where does the hadith come from about Aisha?
My friend, in order to understand, let us say you ask me, like now, the whole topic is about what? About Aisha, she is 6 or not, right? So yeah, for sure we have to mention everything in connection. This is one religion, one name, one woman. So whatever in connection, we have to come with the conclusion. And how we can get that? We have to go and search all the books in the shelves. So we cannot say because of Urwa he mentioned that now we are talking about this.
But that's the only.
This is not an excuse. Same time, my friend. Same time, you said
from anybody else.
My friend, Kalam.
Go ahead.
You said that they are. You said because those scholars they agree with the hadith of Urwa, correct?
Correct.
Okay, why they agree with him?
Because it's written within inside of Sahih Bukhari.
My friend, no. Don't you know that those scholars of Islam, who they are big sheikhs, they are under a lot of watch from Muslims, which means if they say something false, they will lose their reputation and maybe they might get killed. Don't you know 100%,
that? 100%.
You know how dangerous this business is, right?
Yes.
Okay. So why they want to defend the hadith when they should not defend it?
Because this is the nastiness that they're doing in their country, such as Yemen. They're actually having sex with these 9, 10, 11-year-old
this is not the reason. This is not the reason. This is not the reason. You see, you are, you know, I'm talking to you. You are a mature man. Actually, I like you. I respect you too. But let me talk to you, Kalam, in a different way. You know, this is not a reason to make a conclusion. This is religion. This is not my opinion. This guy is not going to go and get married from 6 years old girl. And this is why he is making things up, because if this is the case, the Muslims still will kill him. He have to come with reasoning. As you see, this is why he is not just saying, okay, it is how it is, you like it, you don't like it, I believe this. No, he's quoting for you reference after reference after reference after reference, and all of this to prove to you a point. And then you will find not even one Muslim. You see, there is a guy, I don't know if you heard of him. He is a Muslim cleric, big scholar in Saudi Arabia. Now he is facing 37 account of death for seeing a dream. What is the crime? He saw a dream. In the dream, he saw Muhammad. He said something to him. For that reason, they are going to crucify him, put nails in his hands, cut his feet, cut his hands, and let him die slowly. Just for seeing a dream. So imagine this guy is making a fabrication, something the Muslims don't accept. Imagine what will happen to him.
Indeed.
So my friend Kalam, you know, look, obviously, you know, you have your opinion and you will be focusing on it, no problem. But as you see, the Muslim, they say it's sahih. For me as a Christian, I have to go what Muslims they say. And when I say the Muslims, is not a guy who said that this guy or this hadith is mursal. You know, I have to go, the Muslims go by the majority. If the majority agree on something, then you go with it. This is what they say.
Indeed, and I don't disagree with that. And that's why the majority is agreeing, going ahead with falsehood. They know it's false, but they still continue. Let me just quickly read this, okay? Again, I'm sharing my screen so my audience can see this. It clearly says here, what oral stated here is mursal, incomplete, as we mentioned above in its content, okay? He's clearly said it, clear as day. But this is the cognitive dissonance that
my friend, do you know what mursal mean? Do you know what mursal mean? Okay, let me ask you first. Do you know what mursal mean?
I do. Let me just finish my point. And then
no. What mursal mean? Tell me first.
Let me finish my point, and I'll tell you.
My friend, no. Tell me what mursal mean, because you are basing your argument in the word mursal. What mursal mean?
I will do it as soon as I finish my argument. It's only going to take 10 seconds.
Go ahead.
So he basically said it's mursal. So he knows it's incomplete, but in its content, it must.
My friend, who said to you that the word mursal mean incomplete?
No, this is the translation here. I'm not saying that this is what it means. This is the translation.
I'm asking you then, let me repeat then. You see, you keep saying, let me finish my point, but you do not, because you don't know what mursal, you are basing your judgment in the word mursal. What mursal mean?
Christian Prince, if I could just finish my 10 seconds.
My friend, why you don't tell me what mursal mean?
Because I just want to finish my point first.
No, tell me first what mursal, because this word I did not understand it. I want to learn from you what the word mursal mean.
I know. Let me just finish my point. And
no,
I'll
tell me
you
first. No, you know. I know. I don't know. I want to learn from you. Tell me what mursal mean.
Oh gosh. Anyways, it says here, but must be judged as mutasir.
My friend, you need to tell me what mursal mean. What mursal mean?
Mursal just basically means that it's loose, it's unconnected. There's a break in the chain.
Connected
basically.
to who?
Sorry?
Connected to who?
Connected to Muhammad.
How that can be? I mean, how you can be connected to Muhammad? The hadith is not even mentioned from Muhammad.
Exactly, but the hadiths literally are the narrations, what Muhammad said, the actions of Muhammad, and the things that he allowed or was permissible in front of him.
My friend, this is a big fat lie. The hadith is not necessarily about Muhammad saying. It's about anyone from the companion. Listen, you do not know what are you talking about. Who said that the hadith is what come from Muhammad only? Any one of the companion, he says something is called hadith, and this is the wife of the prophet reporting what happened to her.
Yes, there is. Well, hadith is something that's connected to the prophet in terms of his actions, the things that the companions
That's
narrate.
false, my friend. That's false. That's false.
Okay.
The mursal hadith is coming from somebody. He is considered a tabi'i. A tabi'i, which means a follower, which means somebody was not first-hand witness in the time of the story. As simple as that. So what your knowledge about mursal is not true.
Mursal means a chain that is interrupted.
Exactly. So let me quickly finish, right? So it is mursal, and I gave the definition of what mursal actually
No,
means.
you didn't give me. You give me a wrong definition, my friend. You said it's not connected to Muhammad.
It's not connected to Muhammad.
The chain that's interrupted. The chain is interrupted. It's not complete. He's right. It's interrupted.
And it's interrupted, exactly. So I've given you the definition.
Who is the one who's talking there? I hear somebody talking.
M-Stacks, I need you to just mute your mic out, right? So I've given you the definition.
Yeah, look like there's somebody is telling you what to say to me.
No problem. I said exactly the same thing. I could bring it up now.
No, who is the guy who's talking? Why you don't let him talk to me?
Because there's no need. There's no need.
No, let him talk to me. I mean, obviously you are repeating what he's saying. I heard him saying exactly what you said. You are repeating exactly what he says. So you are not even talking for yourself. You claim that this is your conclusion. My friend, you claim that this is your conclusion, and now we find that you are not telling the truth. It's somebody telling you exactly what to say.
Okay, M-Stacks, are you telling me what to say?
Well, we heard him, and you repeat exactly.
No, M-Stacks, can you unmute your mic real quickly?
My friend, let him call me. I have no time for kids.